This is John Grutas. Today is the 25th of September 2023. I'm making this video blog here dito sa labas namin. Here outside the house. It's technically not outside the house, but inside the house, and it's like a balcony, but it's not very pretty. But it has a chair in it, so yeah, I'll take it. Anyways, what I want to talk to you guys about is how morality is a privilege. Morality is a privilege for people in better situations. Some people are above the question of good or evil. When I first heard that, when I first thought about that, you know, I was I was really amazed. I was really, astonished by how smart that idea was. Because if we really, take for granted the value of the life that we have right now, we really take for granted the value of being born at this time, at this day and age, in this time of history. And you could ask a lot of people here, you could ask a lot of very wealthy individuals, you could ask a lot of influencers, you could ask a lot of athletes, you could ask a lot of artists, people in various pursuits in life, various aspects of society, and they will have they will all have one thing in common, and those thing in common is the defiance of anything, the defiance of every single material thing that this world can offer in exchange for their life. So yeah, that's a very profound statement, right? Because I dare you to go out there, I dare you to talk to your friends, I dare you to talk to your families and see if they would trade their lives for $1 million. See if they would trade their lives for 10 million pesos. See if they would trade their lives for their dream cars, their dream houses, their dream watch, their dream instruments. And I can almost 100% guarantee you, with the exception of those very suicidal individuals and people who believe in reincarnations, even if they even existed in your family, they would almost say yes, because we would give up. We won't give up our lives for anything, because we forgot this fundamental thing. We almost always forgot this fundamental thing, that we are put in here on earth, this fundamental obligation that all of us have, which is the obligation to make the best of us while we are living in this earth, while we are alive, is to be the best of us while we are alive. So, in scientific terms, well, evolution. And we often get tangled up within our material problems, worldly problems, our carnal addictions, our petty problems, And to some people, it is like the world to them. You know, their debts, their dreams, their hobbies, their careers, their family. Some of those people seem to only to know that what they have or what they're currently building is everything to them, when in fact it is just only a part of it. We all are meant for great things. We all are meant to dig really deep inside of all of us and to see the God within, to see how far can we go, how intelligent can we be, how wise can we be, what can we be. And over the past year since I started talking about myself, so I just went back on our laptop here and looked at my very first video here on YouTube, and it's just a year ago. I can say that I've made some improvements. I have made quite a progress, but it's still very far to the destination that I want to get into. But the feeling of knowing that you are moving towards it, the feeling of progressing, I think it is what ultimately gets me to continue living my life every single day, even if it is tough, even if my brain gets almost extremely scrambled every day, even if most of the time I split back into mindless state of being, just scrolling on TikTok, playing games, uh, scrolling on social media. The skills I think, not consciously building, I think these are the ones that will get me out of here. These are the ones that I think will give the most return on investment. And 5 years ago, I wouldn't have thought of any of this to be possible. I wouldn't have even a single thought of me fluently speaking in English and being able to translate my thoughts into words very articulately, even if it is a word. I'm still amazed of the progress that I made. And through that, I know that I'm destined to be great. I know that I'm destined for more great things. And also, I think I'm on my second week on semen retention now, NoFap. And it's been great actually. I've noticed myself uh, to achieve gratefulness, to achieve being grateful on the seventh day mark. I found myself, just being more aware of the things that I need to do, having more clarity of what habits put me into the right direction and what habits will take me back. And I think that is one benefit of NoFap and semen retention. And I've developed this habit of ejaculation, masturbation, because I had to cope of everything that is rapidly changing in my life, not only by not expressing my thoughts, but by not expressing anything, but by also the amount of people that I had to lose in my life to be able to be the man that I am today, and to be able to continue in becoming the man I want to become in the future. And I really do believe that to be the man that you want to be, you have to kill the man that you are. So what is dead is what has died is my desire for masturbation, my desire for quick and cheap thrills of dopamine. Those are what died. The second that died in me is my desire to help other people. I know it's kind of controversial, but these people, they have rich families, they have connections, they have safety backup nets, they have, they can trust their families. But for me, I cannot afford that luxury. And I know after our time in school together, these people have plans. These people have, something going for them. And for me, when I entered school, it was everything to me. The people there, you know, I put my trust to them. I didn't hide any of my, yeah, being the man that I am now, I know that that is not even my 100% authentic self. I've hidden some things that are very taboo, that are very, dark. However, at that time, I think I have gave it all. I did my best to, lighten up the mood, lighten up the classroom. I did my best to make everybody uh, feel safe in expressing themselves so that they could finish high school. And I think I have done my part into that, into making that possible. Everybody that I have known, I've been a classmate in, finished in their high school. And I think that's a very great indicator that I affect the environment that I put myself into. And I am responsible to what happens in my environment. Although it is a very egocentric thing to think of, even that you have an effect to your environment, and the environment depends on what you introduce, how you introduce yourself into it is very egocentric. However, I think in my reality it is true, because whatever I did in high school, in elementary, which is very energetic, very authentic, very, lively, and I miss that. I miss those moments where I can just be myself and, go back to bed and sleep with a light heart, not a heavy one, like how I sleep right now every night. So, everything I did back in high school and elementary is the opposite of what I'm doing now that I'm in college and now that I'm going to be employed soon. And yeah, I'm still observing, I'm still comparing the differences that I'll get, that I am getting from acting differently. And those things are, first, I'm being quiet,
I'm putting up a persona, I'm putting up a facade. Second of all, I find myself not depending on anybody, not asking for help. And third is I no longer share posts on social media. Fourth is I don't gossip about people anymore. Fifth is I still feel inferior. I think I felt this constantly in elementary, high school, and even to now. The feeling of being inadequate, the feeling of being not enough. Even though I'm better than a lot of people, I still feel that I'm enough. Not only because I haven't gotten the approval of my father, which is I don't care about now. I live my life, I'm a man. But I think the feeling of being inadequate is the number one factor that is motivating me to push through things, no matter how hard it becomes. And yeah, so back to the point that I was talking about in the first part of the video is how no one would trade their lives for anything in this material world. So survival triumphs all virtues, including morality. So yeah, so power over everything, and you have to learn to kill. You have to learn to speak. You have to learn to speak with your chest. And I know it's kind of embarrassing right now because not only have I gotten a lot of intellect, uh, I also want to avoid uh, envy eyes with all these people around me that are very still animalistic. I want to protect myself, and the number one way I do that is by being silent. Silentium est orium. Silentium est aurum. And what that means is silence is golden. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'll post this on YouTube entitled Survival Triumphs All Virtues, Even Morality.